Oh, okay. I was about to say, fight. You can fight my troops and his at the same time if you want, but don't stop me. And I was like, damn, you're just gonna kill your allies' army? But no, there's one right here, coalition ally.
Tell me the Vanguard does not hold your range, title.
Without the binding, you are vulnerable. At least wait for the Guardian.
Do you hear the doubt? She disrespects you. They all do.
My throne cannot be challenged by what we were, or what others want us to be. There is one Cabal. All others will submit or fall. I'm ready for you.
Keitel was not bound with us. Amplifiers may not help her. Our time is better served making sure she isn't killed. A hammer of proving, commemorating Gauls joining the Red Legion.
Your Gaul is a monster, but mine is a legend. A pit fighter who climbed the Red Legion, then led an armada to shatter the last city. Proof that fate could be defied and brought to submit. I thought I could do that.
But you didn't. You brought words instead of fire.
I was taught to hone my mind.
But Gaul taught you your mind was a weapon. Oh, thank you for this gift, Guardian. We truly are friends, aren't we? Keitel has hunted me for so long now. To feel her rage burn through the underbelly, driven by Gaul's brutalism, it is intoxicating. Like the aroma of drippings.
I guess it's like mutual respect or admiration. He likes how she kills, how she rages, turns him on.
As I ascend to peace, but still enjoyable to look down on. Your mission hangs in the balance. Keitel is getting away from you. Fly. I wish to watch the change. I thought I'd beaten Talos' softest for you.
My shield held the line as our people evacuated Torobatl. My shield!
You retreated. Death before dishonor, Keitel. You used to know that.
Turbines halting. The Severance site is not far, and now the way is open. Go. Cabal pride be damned.
The light spawn ignores your commands. They have forgotten Cabal.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Halo 3. Through the Rings. And before Flood, or I guess the closest thing to Flood here would be the Scorn.
The Guardian, then.
I guess Hive too, technically.
Remind them what fear.
But they're not like undead. They're more like rebirth.
Get on with it.
Damn, I really wanted her to Stone Cold Stun her. Damn, imagine if she just stood there and tanked it.
I watched you cut your way to the top of the fighting pits, like a bloodied idol. I thought you were magnificent.
What did you learn watching me rise?
Tenacity, ruthlessness, guile. The same crude tools the Hive brought to our home.
Tools you cast away when desperation drove you to beg. You grovel to our enemies for protection. Like Talos' gorged aristocrats when the coup crashed on their doors.
Your way proved inadequate to save our people. How can you not see that?
I see our home burning under your banner.
Yeah, he's fueled by rage.
Weakness runs in your blood. I will show
And
you myself.
some mysterious respect or adoration or curiosity to the Traveler.
Commander.
What's taking so long?
Keep to your task.
Oh, you fight Gaul again? Well, to be fair, I think you fight him again in Shadowkeep.
System. Go, exiled curse. Go, broke the traveler's will. You have squandered my victories with your ineptitude. You're not the Kaitor I trained. She was feared as a star pilot, dreaded with a cleaver.
A star pilot?
A warrior. Where is she?
She died, smoldering in the ashes of Torbottle. Your lessons with her.
Then that is where she will stay.
Kaitor, without the binding ritual, it is as I feared. We must abandon this.
I don't need a hive-tainted witch to explain my failure.
Then I won't.
I can smell the hatred of the Hive upon you.
This nightmare is
That's all she.
quelled.
That's all she had to say. Okay, I guess I gotta read it. Bound in sorrows, Eris Morn greets you with a grim demeanor. Guardian, if Kalati cannot complete her severance, we must find another way forward. In the meantime, Eris looks past you to a point in the distance. Sorrow's harbor is again teeming with, oh god, we gotta do that, with nightmares. The Avidant is to blame, but intelligence suggests that Callus has a more direct influence than I previously assumed. It would appear he is reaching out to the witness other denizen on the moon, and the Hive weave ritual beneath the lunar surface to accommodate him. You find him preparing such a ritual in the sector known as K1 Revelation, the Lost Sector. Eris' focus snaps back to you. Xivu Arath's forces will still hold much of this place, despite the loose and brute attempt to usurp them. You will no doubt encounter their warriors attempting to block your path, Eris says. I imagine in your path, they won't remain obstacle for long. Find out what foul schemes Callus intends to hatch if we can manipulate it for our own purpose. Alright, so I'll probably take a break here and get some food, and then when we come back, I guess we'll watch them murder through more hives. And we see you in a bit, unless I split this into another, like, multiple episode, because this is like I think it's like 1 hour. No, it's like 1 hour and 22, because we skipped the dungeon because that's still available, so I can just go do it. I don't know, maybe one. No, because it's 1 hour and 22 minutes. I'll probably do each 30 minutes each. But yeah, see you in a bit.
This nightmare is quelled.
Alright, and we're back.
Buried in the screams of its death throes lies a call to the pyramid. Callus must have used the relic in this place as a focusing point in lieu of the connections we've severed to the pyramid, Guardian. Callus's loyalists. Egregore spores line their esophagus. They are freshly dead. Empty.
Do you think we'll ever see Callus?
Their lives were forfeit.
The real one?
Spent as a cost
Or,
to ferry
I guess at this
Callus's
point,
mind
whatever he
across
is
a
now.
vast distance and hasten ingress to the pyramid. Our foe is desperate. But that means our plan is working. I must speak with Kaitor. Return to me.
Callus knew exactly what he was doing.
It is no mere curiosity that drew Callus to the lunar pyramid. He is a consciousness that spread out like a vascular system, Eris says, and he's attempting to become one with the lunar. Then was his demon slayer? I'm the train. I guess that makes sense. Because usually in stuff like this, when you're like the hive mind or there's something, and you have a stronger personality or a stronger overwhelming force, you can control the entity. That's usually how some of these goes. So I'm guessing he's about to do something like that, so that he may control it, so that he may wield its power. It is now clear that Caius, at behest of the witness, is seeking to claim the power of the lunar pyramid to aid the witness in bringing about the second collapse. Why are you with the witness? I don't understand. Eris is going to prepare a ritual binding for Kayati, so that you may together attempt to sever Kaya's final connection to her pyramid before he completes his task. For now, Eris urged you to return to the Leviathan and help contain the growing nightmare.
Goading his daughter into striking out on her own. manipulating her. But there is a silver lining to this cloud. The information you retrieved on the moon has proven to be the final piece of Callus's puzzle. It is no mere curiosity that drew him to the lunar pyramid. He is a consciousness that spreads out like a vascular system, and he is attempting to become one with the pyramid so that he may control it, so that he may wield its power. Worse, it appears as though Callus is not doing so of his own volition. He is doing it at the behest of another, our true enemy, the voice in the darkness, the witness. You must return to the Leviathan, Guardian. Continue your work there while I prepare a ritual to add the Empress to our bond.
Morn, would your ritual have prevented my failure?
Now you seek the counsel of a hive-tainted witch.
Do you revel in your foresight? Do you delight in witnessing my shame?
I offered you my support.
I know, right? She offered. She was like, "Hey, we can get through this if my help." And then you're like, "No, god damn the tainted hive magic. I will never stoop so low." Oh no.
That offer remains. Know that this failure does not define you, Kaido.
You will address me as Empress.
You are not a crown. You do this for yourself, not for the Cabal.
I am the Cabal.
No, you are a woman with a burden, as I was.
There can be no such distinction. Torobatl lies in ashes. From my ranks rise traitors and spies. My incompetence threatens the future of my people. There is no quarter for failure.
You speak Gaul's words. They erode the truth. What is your nightmare? An expectation you must shed like dead skin. What will remain when you do so?
I do not know.
Then you must look past your shame and say, I am more.
Very well. Prepare your ritual.
It awaits.
We stand at the precipice of victory. There is but one final link that remains between Callus and the pyramid, and we are ready to strike at it. Kaido has been brought into our ritual bond. She is now prepared to confront the nightmare of Gaul and undo her father's work. However, by my estimates, Callus has already infiltrated the paracausal matrix of the lunar pyramid. The dark below groans and churns with excitement at this revelation. Emanations from the lunar pyramid whisper a singular psychic demand to all who can perceive it. Rejoice. Callus is overconfident, and we must take advantage. Go, return to the Leviathan and prepare.
Tell me, Kaido, are these guardians?
You know, I'm surprised the witness hasn't tried to like convert any of the other guardians.
They are more than
I know
that.
it tried to convert this, and
They are born of nothing but ashes, and must
There's a
rise
shadow
from
key?
them to determine their own destiny.
With the creepy smile?
By sheer will.
But without the light, I have felt them squirm beneath my boot. They are nothing.
And I have felt them at my side, ready to lend their strength if my blade arm tires. Fearless.
Kaido will arrive shortly.
Drop pod breach successful. The ship has turned rancid. The Leviathan's transformation is a spreading miasma. One we stop here. Take the engines, Guardian. I ascend another path, but I will see this through with you.
Come to challenge me again.
I'm surprised they just don't blow up the ship. Be done with it.
We lifted the Cabal from Callus's stagnation.
Oh man, these guys are so short compared to the other ones.
The world lost, not added. They speak of what once was, and no longer of what could be. Is this the new cabal you've envisioned?
We've both humored scribes conjuring purpose for us. Futures that never came to pass. Theirs is the buzzing of insects caught in turbulent winds. When the wind shifts, so will they.
Plant your amplifier and do not linger in the spores longer than you must. The interference has returned, more complex than before. Something language adjacent, but familiar. A translation of a translation.
Brilliant! I have warned you. I have offered gold and power and so much more, and still you deny me. Good. Every bond you sever, every piece of my fleshy hull you storm, paints a worthier tale, crowned by the triumph of my expansion. In truth, this is what I always desired, my good friend.
Become a pyramid?
My enormity, immortalized by those who resisted. Individuals are defined by what we are not, after all. Unfortunately,
High-class people are so weird.
The duality we are partners in is short-lived. Soon, I will grow beyond such small ideas as conflict.
Bro, you're becoming a literal pyramid. What the hell are you gonna do? What's there to enjoy in life except sit there?
Your edge alignment was poor.
Guardian!
Kaito, dispatch this light spawn and send its head back to the city.
Silence! You are a weak imitation of the Gaul I knew.
I am limited only by your weak imagination.
I will find you at the end.
You stand with the Traveler's puppet against me? You have grown fat from weakness, drunk on their patronage.
You demanded I rule in your shadow. With the Vanguard, I stand equal. The Cabal stand equal.
The Cabal will die alongside them, a desperate ember fading against the dark.
Just because you can't imagine a future beyond yourself, Dominus, doesn't mean there isn't one.
Man, this guy shit talks a lot.
Interference is a voice. I've heard it whispered through the tree of silver
Whoa,
wings.
oh, hey, aren't those the well people that comes out when you're standing on the plate?
This connection must be severed.
I forgot what they're called, the wellspring ogres?
Fan turbines offline.
Oh, well, to be fair, this is the Leviathan, it would make sense. The only thing we haven't seen are the pets. The dogs.
The Empire's cattle flesh between the city and their enemies. They will never let one of us die to save themselves.
They have proven otherwise. I do not fear our enemies. The light is at our back, and we are the Cabal. We eat the mountains. We drink the seas. Let them come.
Get on with it.
You were never able to best me, Kaito. That's why I left you to hold my throne.
I was fighting with weapons you gave me. Now, I wield my own.
To be fair, she's alive, you're not.
Crush him with your light, as the Traveler did!
You are nothing more than a child playing.
Oh man, that petty talk. Hurry up and disappeared.
You lack my drive and your father's vision.
The old ways are dead, Dominus. I forged a new cabal in my image. It does not require your approval.
I see, Keitel. I see your new cabal pulled from the jaws of extinction. You have surpassed me. I attempted to subdue the light and burn for it. But you wield it on your war council. What conquest is more deserving?
You still don't understand. It wasn't conquest. It was compromise. An act your traditions never would have allowed.
You have finally grown beyond the prescriptions of your idols. Despite my legend, Call is flesh. His words are only words, like yours.
There is a difference. Mine are better. Was that it, then? If dead men and sanctimony are all Callus has to threaten me, he might as well turn the Leviathan around and run. It is strange. What we are to those around us, and what we are not. The Dominus was a hero to my people. Self-made and defiant. He inspired many. But the Leviathan's trickeries allowed me to see Gaul as the Vanguard did. Dangerous, relentless, cruel. Those were qualities I embodied to survive Callus's interpretation of fatherhood. They kindled in me a stifling reliance on self, on action, and nothing else.
Oh. Now I know why my dogs are barking, because they bark when there's people nearby. It's Halloween, I forgot. It's the 31st. There were kids trick-or-treating out front. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't turn my lights off. And now it's loading. Great. That's why... Okay, that's why I was like, why is that person has a flashlight looking at this house? And then there's people like walking and looking at my house. I'm like... And then I saw two kids. I was like, oh wait, it's Halloween, it's the 31st. That makes sense.
Send through the Empire. The impact we leave. But an endless war in pursuit of glory leaves only ashes. When I am gone, it won't be the impact of my conquests that shape the Empire. Instead, it will be the quiet of peace in the company of allies. Well fought, Guardian.
Victory sits before us, and yet it feels strangely hollow. We have severed what should be the final connection to the pyramid, and yet there is no reaction from the Leviathan, no reaction from Callus, and the lunar pyramid's psychic emanations are quiet. I cannot help but feel as though we have not weathered the storm, but merely stepped into its eye. The nightmares contained within the crown of sorrow are seething. Something is coming, Guardian, and we are not prepared. I would ask that you return to the Leviathan, continue to imprison the nightmares aboard it, while I attempt to ascertain what has changed.
Eris told me what happened. How are you?
Tired and old.
But do you feel like a legend, Keitel?
I will break you in half, small man.
I can't imagine it was easy. That confrontation after all this time. mine wasn't.
You are not mistaken. I know what Ghoul is to your people. A symbol of death and ruthless ambition. But he was so much more than that to me. He was an idol. An inspiration to all Cabal. Even though he was born to a low station, he rose. How he rose. I was blinded by the light of his accomplishments. Unable to see the man inside. Unable to see his self-aggrandizing corruption. I refused to believe he was as much like my father as he was. It repulses me how much I still feel for them both. In spite of everything they became.
It's hard to challenge your idols. Even harder to make the decision that you will be different. But then you look back on your life, your own mistakes, and you wonder how you'll be judged when all is said and done. I'll never know Gaul as you did, but I know you, Keitel.
Oh, I think my dogs are about to bark again. Damn it.
That is all anyone can ask for. To be seen as they are.
It is as I feared. We were too late. In spite of our efforts, the lunar pyramid has surged to life. Life, and the depths of the moon roar with this monumental change. Callus has assumed control. But all may not be lost. Callus's psychic imprint is massive. Like a snail coiled within its shell, not all of him has slithered out of the Leviathan and into the pyramid. If we strike now, as one, at the heart
So
of
what will be the
Callus'
big
presence
thing
within the
that
Leviathan, we
will happen
may
to us if
yet
once,
be able to
well,
prevent him
Callus
from
is
turning
fused, but
power
not
of the pyramid
completely.
against us. A ritual of this size
Do we just
will
have to deal with
require a
more
massive
zombies
amount of power,
and
and all of our combined efforts.
those people? Is that it?
Keitel and
I'm
Zaval
trying
will
to think
need
what will
coordinate
carry
with you.
over to the next season, or we'll start the
Return to
next season,
Leviathan.
because this is all
Gather
leading
the
up into
reagents we
Lightfall.
need to perform one last ritual, and perhaps, just perhaps, we will be able to prevent disaster.
I was surprised to see Gaul as your friend.
I'm sure you would prefer to be remembered as you knew him.
The
Fearsome
Conqueror.
and terrifying.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you saw him as I did. The finest mentor I ever knew.
Do you remember, Zavala? The night we buried
You guys are still here?
the gun in your hand, the moon at your back, and your
Didn't we
ghost.
You saved him.
send you guys away?
saved him from me.
You would not have hurt him, Zavala. It would have only been more death.
You couldn't have known that. What did you see? A desperate man, dangerous with grief. I would have pulled the trigger.
What I saw was a broken man holding a gun to his own heart. He would have sooner killed himself.
This is it. No margin for error. Eris, Crow, Keitel, get into position and plant your amplifiers. Guardian, straight down the middle. Go make some noise and draw Callus's forces to you.
Pick the long way. Why don't you just jump?
Amplifier set. Status report.
My amplifier is set.
I guess this is set the mood, the dialogue.
My coward of a father is nowhere to be found.
Oh, I wanted to use solo fight
My amplifier is
Bias?
set, but loyalists are converging on my position. Callus is not fooled by our attempt at a diversion.
Do you hear that?
Keitel, what is it? Keitel?
Her comms are being blocked. Guardian, get to the throne room and see what's going on.
No, this is.
Amplifier set.
Oh, wait, no, this is the factory, right?
Crow? Crow, report. Eris, can you reach him?
Oh god, we're gonna lose them all one by one. It's gonna be like a
Stick to
horror
the
movie.
plan. Find Callus and...
Yep. Chantry of the Darkest Hour. What a name. What the hell?
The others
Oh.
are not with you. Then we do this alone.
When did she have feathers on her?
Father! Do you see me? Show yourself!
Hey, the Cabal's team. Why can't we have this with Zavala or Crow? Why is it only with other NPC? I don't understand. Like, that's all I wanted, was the other NPCs to be in the fight with us. But Kaladi gets to fight with us because she's not a guardian?
Daughter, I see your failures, your doubts, your fears. You could have stood at my side, but
We're like, what? What's this? 18 season in? And we still can't have guardians as like NPCs out in the quest? That's so dumb.
Hope you don't mind, but I couldn't resist a chance to be a hero one last time.
Guardian, to me.
Callus!
I will raise defenses.
This is going to hurt. A lot.
Are the memories helping us?
There is nothing to fear.
Oh, that is so cool.
You are saved by my
It's pretty
side,
cringy
Guardian.
too, but that's so awesome when the Fallens come back to help you. Kind of like when the last final team up. You better not be like, oh, I am proud or some bullshit. Cutscene.
Don't.
What is that? Is that a walking cane? Why'd you just throw your gun? Why couldn't you just hoister it? Bitch, you throw your gun too? Look at that smirk ass smile.
Where is Callus?
Dead. He has given himself over to the witness. My father is gone.
Should we be sorry about that? Aw. I know he's your dad, but didn't you say he was a terrible father?
Sophie.
Aw, look at him cry. Damn. Most you've seen. Oh, well, not really. I was gonna say, dealing with quite a lot of emotions, actually. Well, I guess they all got their piece, their closure, which was pretty much what this whole theme for this season was about. All their past.
This was not a victory, Guardian. It has merely bought us time. Callus has become an emissary of the Witness. He is the harbinger of the second collapse. For all we know, this was Callus's plan from the beginning. Luring Guardians to his side with promises of riches and lavishing them with praise. Only to slaughter all of humanity at the behest of a voice whispering to him in the dark. Callus may be gone, but the Leviathan remains, and it will take months to clear out the remaining nightmares and assure it is no longer a threat. But even those efforts may be for naught. We have reached the point of no return. The Witness
finale
is
cutscene?
near. It is the beginning of the end.
I remember Toro Battle. How the crowds would take to the streets in celebration.
Wasn't that the finale cutscene?
Victories.
And whoever timestamped this did a horrible job.
Rose above the city.
When I close my eyes, I can still see the mountains and the seas. The lush jungles where wild war beasts hunted in packs. That is all gone now. Likely overrun with hive chitin and rotten fungus. The same as this accursed ship.
Then keep Toro Battle's memory as you keep mine. And when the time comes, avenge what has been lost.
Wow. The unkillable is dead. The Witness must be shaking in its boots, yeah? Oh man, you Guardians, you're always pulling off the unimaginable. I never knew the guy personally, but word on the street was Rolk had been the proverbial thorn in Savathûn's side for like eons, really. But now, both of them are, you know, in the ground, which means nobody's controlling that pyramid. And the Scorn see the opportunity. Their control could lead us right back to another Rolk-sized problem. So, if you don't mind, maybe keep the place under our control instead?
So,
and who knows?
they're trying to gain the
Maybe in
pyramid
the
here.
process, we'll learn something more about Rolk. Or even better, the Witness.
I mean,
Good luck,
technically, it's not dead because her ghost is still out there.
I received your last message. Whatever reckless plan brings you to the reef need not be shared with the Vanguard or the Guardian. But keep me informed at the very least. Those haunted here have found a measure of peace, but it takes more than resolve to overcome one's regrets. We have both felt it. How a moment of pain can weave into the whole of our lives. How it binds us to patterns of thought and action. I have stared into the eyes of my pain made manifest.
I'm debating where I should watch the rest of this.
Raged at it. What face would your nightmare wear?
Alright.
For so
It says there's
long,
a final
I believed
cutscene, but I'm not
peace was
sure.
beyond my reach. No more. I have found it in guiding.
Because wasn't that
others down the same
final
path
cutscene just a
that
while
saved
ago?
me. But I might allow myself to want more than peace.
Oh.
What I am not certain. Is joy the word? Might I find that again?
Hopefully.
You told me to live my life. There is more truth in you than either of us would care to admit. I have something that will be of interest to you. The lunar pyramid remains rife with secrets. Meet with me, and we will discuss what I have found. Take care, Rat.
Oh, the drifter. Oh my. Oh, does that make sense? They got in close even though she finds him annoying. I guess they're kind of like two peas in a pod, actually. Makes sense that will be more connected. Oh, well, will bond much easier through their traumas.
Is to entertain me, little guardians. Time and again, you have moved me to applause. And have I ever withheld your gilded reward? No, for I am magnanimous, generous, forgiving. And so, I grant you yet another gift. One last chance at salvation. The witness in all its glory has set its covetous gaze upon your traveler. You cannot stop it. Light burns for only so long. A feeble flame, easily extinguished. But you need not share that fate. I invite you
to join him.
Join me in revelry and embrace.
Bro, we rejected you like on 18, 20 ass times. What makes you think we'll change our mind now?
Stubborn. So, if you insist on being devoured, then I will savor your final moments.
Is that the final cutscene?
Our next reunion.
It's just a final petty ass bitch talk. That's it.
Good to have you back.
Okay, that's just extra stuff.
One must write their own legend. Strike the final blow, or be forgotten.
There is no final cutscene. That was whoever timestamped this did a horrible job. But yeah, with that, we're done. It was 2 hours. Skip a lot of it. Majority of it's the duality dungeon, which I can still do. And the final stuff back here. The theme of this was just, well, coming to a closure and like separating yourself, like severance. Pro with his shame, yeah. Savathûn with his regret with his wife and his kid. I don't understand why didn't they just stay in the fort. Maybe she had a whole town, because it did look like she had the entire town down there, and she was their only doctor, I'm assuming. Crow with his past self and afraid of what he might become again. But he has more information now, so he can shape himself for who he wants to be moving forward. And Kylie with her rage against Gary, which is like a weird admiration rival thing of what she could have been or he could have been when she got to that point. But then he went through this whole trip thing. And then we have Caius fusing with the pyramid because he wants to serve the witness, which is weird because I feel like he's not 100% with him. I feel like he'll try to take control because that's Caius. Caius is a selfish, greedy person. Even though he says he's magnanimous, he wants it all, but he'll do it his way. He'll do whatever it takes to get his way, essentially. So I'll see how that plays into the plot, the scheme, moving forward into the next season, which is the season of the plunder, which I'll have to assume what to do with the Fallen. But I guess we'll see. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.